Gentlemen, great to see you both. Zed Seselja, a by-election, early for an opposition leader. It's always a test. What's your read on Aston in eastern Melbourne, which we know is going to be held on the 1st of April?
Well, it's a challenging one, Kieran, for the coalition when you look at state results. I think one seat is Labor, one seat is Liberal. It's very, very marginal these days, and we saw obviously some pretty big swings at the last federal election. Now, the coalition losing, a long-standing local member in Alan Tudge. So that's a challenge, and we've got the government, I think, still in a relatively strong position when it comes to their honeymoon and what the polls have been showing. So it'll be challenging for both sides. I think it's fair to say that the coalition do start as slight underdogs, but this will give a bit of an indication as to what the outer suburbs of Australia, and particularly in Melbourne, are thinking about how the government's going. And if it's about cost of living and some of those pressures, then I think that will be in the coalition's favour.
Darren Barnett, it is still the honeymoon period, as Zed Seselja rightly points out, and the Labor brand off the back of the Andrews government's latest win as well, still relatively strong.
That's true, and the polling's come out in the last day or two about the Andrews government. They've gone up by about 4 percentage points in primary vote to 41, so they're travelling very well. The Albanese government, no big unforced errors. I think they're still popular in the electorate. There's a lot on the line for Peter Dutton, more so than the Prime Minister. But look, there was a big 11% swing in primary vote. And at the most recent federal election, I think that will be difficult to pull a lot more than that for Labor. I think it's probably sitting slightly towards Labor than its historical kind of average. And for that reason, I think it's going to be pretty difficult for Labor to win the seat. But they're going into it with a full sail. The wind is running in Labor's favour, so it will be very interesting to watch.
Darren, you were around for a lot of the last time the Labor Party tried to get a climate policy up. Again, the Greens look like they're holding out for more. I wonder if history will repeat itself.
I certainly hope not, Kieran. Certainly Lydia Thorpe moving to her own independent position has changed the balance in the Senate, and there's now a lot more public commentary, I think. Now it's not just Greens and Pocock, it's probably Greens plus the 2 Lambie candidates. The dynamic has shifted. I hope there's not a rerun, because the CPRS was really the beginning of troubles for Kevin Rudd. And I hope that things don't start to sour in a productive parliament over some wording on some issues on environment and climate policy. So, yeah, it's shifting, but hopefully they'll be able to keep it behind closed doors.